somebody's going to come to you and they're like, hey, I'm interested in the workouts, be like, awesome. There's opportunity to save a lot on your first month. Do you have issues or struggles around nutrition or your energy? And just ask them. Like, you're saying, well, I don't do it that way. Okay, well then change, try something new and see if, it's like the elevator. You want to start with like the bigger package, and you don't have to push it, but you're asking, do you struggle with nutrition or do you struggle with energy? If they say no, great. Well, then just keep going with the workouts. But if they're like, yeah, I do struggle with nutrition, well, then you can talk about Shakeology and that's your opening. They have a struggle, you have a solution.
Or instead of saying, do you struggle with nutrition, which is a yes, no question, say, what is your struggle with nutrition?
Yeah.
Because that's going to be, that's an open-ended question. And if they say, no, I don't struggle with nutrition, then that ends the conversation. But if you say, what is your struggle with nutrition, then that opens up additional opportunities for a longer conversation to find their needs.
Yeah. Okay.
Personally, so I just did this with a girl that she's an old client of mine, and I reached out to all of them and let them know that we were having this virtual accountability group, and she was interested in BOD only. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I sent her the challenge pack for the performance line with BOD because I was like, well, this is only an extra $60. I'm like, you don't have to buy this package. I'm like, I just really love the pre-workout and I just wanted you to see what it looks like. So you can click on it and you can remove it and you can just complete the enrollment without it. I was like, but I definitely just wanted you to see what it is and how it works. And she's like, well, actually, I really remember liking the protein shakes, and it's Shakeology. She used to drink Shakeology with me. And I was like, oh, so you like the Shakeology. So then I changed it to the deluxe, the deluxe challenge pack with Shakeology, pre-workout, post-workout, and BOD. And she's like, oh, wow, it went up to $220. I was like, yeah, I was like, it's, you're not required to buy it. I'm like, I just wanted to show you how you can save, all these things separately. It's like you're spending $220. You're getting a year's worth of workouts, a month of the shake, a month of the pre-workout, a month of the post-workout, and then any of the nutritional plans you need. I'm like, it's still a really great deal. Obviously, there's some financial things going on right now that are making people, she's a realtor, and she's concerned when she's going to get her next, sell her next property. So she was like, well, I have to be really conscious of my spending. I think, I don't really need the post-workout. And I was like, well, you can remove that, but it's probably going to be about the same price because you're going to separate all the things out. You're going to separate out the Energize. I'm like, so you're kind of getting the post-workout for free. And she was like, okay. I was like, but if you just want the Shakeology, you could remove the pre and the post. And then I did that for her and I sent her that package. And she thought about it for a couple of days and she still came back to she just wanted the Beachbody on demand for a year because that was what she felt comfortable with spending her money on right now. But it didn't feel icky to me. It didn't feel like I was pushing her, and I wasn't. I was being very sensitive to I just kept responding in a very sensitive way. I was like, I'm just letting you know, I understand your financial concerns. I'm like, I felt the same way when I started. I'm like, but if I were to re-enroll right now, knowing what I know, I would enroll with the Performance Deluxe, or with the Challenge Pack Deluxe, with the Performance, the Shakeology, and the BOD. But that's because I know that they all work really well for me. So you have to do what's comfortable for you. And she felt fine, coming back and saying she didn't ghost on me. So I think it's just, you have to get comfortable with how you share it.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with that part because I agree with that whole thing. That's not weird to me because it's just for my current customers. I'd like to kind of act like I had something for them. I just haven't felt it with the completion packs, but I don't have to push the completion packs. I was just looking for an opportunity to be like, maybe I can start to earn some SC points again. But but I know I can just reach out to them and be like, hey, I can get them to buy an Energize and maybe some Shakeology, but it's just going to be making a purchase and then I won't get any SC points. I was just going to try and figure out
But what I'm saying is, did you do that in the beginning when they signed up for the BOD? Did you offer them a package, a challenge?
Oh yeah, I always tell them what I do and stuff like that. But
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just tell them here's what I do. This is what I use every day and here's how I do it.
Because for me, I sent her the link, when I did the share cart, I sent her the link with the challenge pack and I'm like, you can change it. And so I just want you to be able to see it. So that gives her be able to see it. So I don't know if you do that, but it's like up sharing, you know, and because what you're saying is like, you want to be able to do something for your people now, but maybe it's something that you could change in your strategy from the beginning is what I'm saying, you know, not just like, and then as far as addressing what you're saying, what you want for your people right now is, I personally think the completion pack is a great deal. Like, I do see value in the completion pack. I buy a completion pack every time there's a new program because
Yeah,
you're
with
getting
the programs, it makes sense. I get that. Yeah. So I guess
well,
that's the point. Okay. I got it.
yeah. Like, why do you think that's not valuable? Why do you think that they wouldn't be interested in, you know, they signed up for Beachbody on demand only. So obviously they see the value in the workouts, and you could say like, this is a brand new program. It's not even launched yet. You're basically getting it for free when you purchase the Shakeology, which they were interested in the Shakeology anyway. So they were probably going to buy the Shakeology anyway. So they're just getting a program for free. That's, I mean,
Yeah.
a brand new program that's not even out yet, VIP early access. To me, I think the completion pack is a great value. That, and then secondly, you know, if you sell just a Shakeology on Home Direct, you get Success Club points, right?
No, I forgot that. Okay, thanks.
So, I mean, I think you still get 2 points, right, Steph? You get 2 points if you have a Shakeology Home Direct?
Yeah, any Home Direct. So even like the
performance
Energize and Recover Home Direct.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I was worrying about making a big deal about something that I forgot.
Yeah. So, and you get two Success Club points for every 90 PV Home Direct order. And I think the performance stack is 90 PVs. If they get pre and post the Energize and the Recover on Home Direct, then they're getting 90 PV worth of Home Direct.
Okay.
But it has to be on Home Direct.
And I think for March, they were doing something, I heard from Kathleen, I didn't pay attention, but there was something like reoccurring orders. There was something that they did to help you out with SC points in March.
Yeah. I don't
know what that was, but they might do it for April too. I have no idea.
They're not doing it for April. It was retention points. It was for people that you had that enrolled with the challenge pack in like a prior month. If they stayed on whatever their HD order was and they kept it, then you got a retention point the following month. But next month, what they're doing is I need to look at it because I saw it in the round table. It's something about it was like, people that have Beachbody on demand can like upgrade and get Shakeology for like $60 or something, like in April. There's something going on, some promotional thing going on. So let me get the post because I kind of saw it and I was like, I just feel like I get overwhelmed with what the deals are and what's going on and the information. I'm sure it's under, if you go into your coach online office. Okay, so it's something about completing your pack test, but he did a video on it and I didn't really want to watch the video in the round table. So I didn't. I bet you if you go into your coach online office and click under news, it's probably going to be there. There's something to do with like them being, I haven't watched the video. Kim Carver did the video. I'm sure it'll be announced on the National Wake Up Call on Monday too. Or maybe it was last week. I don't know, but it's some promotional thing. If anybody knows what it is, does anybody know what it is?
I do have, while you're looking for that, just a couple of things about the new workout 10 rounds in case any of your customers are coming across this. But one of my friends was sharing that, I don't know where it was, but Joel talked about that people were like wanting to quit in the third week because of the footwork being so confusing. And he got frustrated and he's like, since when are we quitters, blah, blah, blah. But what I would share with people, just if you do come across this, take out the footwork. Who cares? It's punching. Like, you're still going to get a great workout, and, you know, just focus on the punching and just, you know, move forward, move back. It doesn't have to be exact. You know, as long as you're keeping moving, that's all that matters. And I've been doing the lifting portion just to check it out. Week 3, his upper body, oh my God, he said so many times, if you can't feel it, go up and wait. That is so not correct. Like, if you can't feel it, like, check your form. He talks about, like, if you can raise your arms past here, go up and wait. No, that's just called incorrect form. And I've noticed that Joel does refer to go up and wait a lot. I would refrain from that and just educate people that you can squeeze harder, check your form. Like, it's not go up in weight because you can't feel it. That's not correct. And that's just one thing that I wish he'd stop saying.
Thanks for saying that, Stephanie, because I thought maybe I needed to go up in weight because I wasn't feeling it. I'm gonna get ready to start. I just finished, I just finished week 3, and the footwork, I got so frustrated. I could see how people want to quit because it is so frustrating for me. And he kept saying, okay, you got this. All right, you're doing awesome. You got this. I'm like, no, I don't got it. I need you to slow down. But so I need to remember, like what you said, just to put out leave the footwork out and concentrate on my form with the lifting, because I really wasn't feeling it either. So
if you can't feel it without weight, you're not doing it properly with. Like, I can't say that enough. So, just drop the weights, press pause, or, whatever. Yeah. And actually, one of my friends who's very athletic, I saw like in her stories, her arms, I thought to myself, and then she told me why her arms were so off, but like there was like nothing going on with her upper body. And she was like, I couldn't figure out the footwork. And it got me so flustered that she was like, my upper body, I just didn't even pay attention. And I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yep.
But, I think a lot of people are afraid to press the back button or pause. It's okay. That's the whole point of it. And you can practice one and then, slowly get better. But yeah, just whatever, just move around, or keep your foot planted and just focus on punches.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says it a lot before week 3 too. If you don't feel it, go up and wait. And every time he says it, I think of you, Steph, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh. And you know what? I feel like he said that a lot in lift 4 too. And I actually injured my shoulder in lift 4.
I did too.
He said it a lot on shoulder day.
And hurt myself and then quit.
Mine was actually going too heavy on chest, and then I didn't keep the right form, and it went into my shoulder, and that it injured my shoulder from doing chest press. But I went too heavy.
With shoulders, my co-coach that I run groups with, she was teaching the group to angle in a little bit. So instead of like always being like at this 90-degree, just angle in. It like kind of like switch your arms to like a more 45-degree angle when you're pressing, and just it takes a lot of like the shoulder workout. Or like if you're doing a shoulder press, even just turning your hands in, that's a stronger stance, or bringing your elbows in a little bit. So like sometimes here bothers me, but I turn my wrist in and I'm fine. Or just bring your arms in a little bit. So all those little tweaks will help with shoulders.
All right. I do notice that I'll like if I'm doing like lateral raises or like front raises, I do bend my elbow a little bit more because it takes the pressure off my shoulder. I noticed that it doesn't hurt as much. It just naturally, like my body went that way. So
yeah, just from my experience with lift 4, where I'm like, well, I'm trying to not hurt myself. I'm trying to be able to work out every day. I always tell my people, because lift 4 is very like enticing because it's 4 days a week and it seems more doable and it seems more manageable and everybody loves weights. And so a lot of my people always are like, I'm going to do lift 4 next. I'm like, that's awesome. That's great. Just be careful. Don't like push yourself harder than, just don't think you need to lift heavier weights, because the last thing I want is people getting hurt while they're trying to work out, that really screws everything up.
Yeah. And he says that a lot. And I pretty much, before you like started talking a lot about your app and how you should feel, if you can't feel it without weights, then you're not going to feel like you're not doing it right. Before I saw you saying that so many times, I used to think like, oh, I have to go heavy. Like I thought that. I've always thought that. And then now I pay attention now when I'm doing like my squat. I don't even go that heavy with like the squats during the program and stuff. I just squeeze, like you said, like time under tension. Like I make sure that I'm like, when I'm squatting, I'm not just going, oh, like, just da-di-da, here I am squatting. Like after just watching a couple of your videos, I just keep that in mind now, because I do want to like work harder, so I just keep the weights low and I just squeeze the muscle really tight.
One of them in his newer program, this one was where I really noticed it. It's like weird. He's like going back and it's like in the back segment. And he's like, yeah, go up in weight. I cut that weight in half and felt it so much more.
Wow.
So yeah, it's crazy. I mean, your body, that's something you can share with people because the weights are like off the shelves. So, you know, people that are like, oh, like I work from home. Now what am I going to do? That's an opportunity to be like, oh my gosh, I have amazing programs that I can share with you that requires zero weight. You guys, your body is a machine. And, you know, that's something that you can be sharing with people.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed the weight. There were so many things we should have bought stock in. Weights, pizza places, Zoom. You know, Zoom stock doubled like from like it went down to like 65 per share and it doubled to 170 per share. Wow. So like I'm like, damn it, I wish I would have invested in some Zoom stock. I mean, it's probably going to go back down when I assume it's going to go back down when all this is over. But I was like, oh my God, that was like such a like, oh, I wish I would have thought of that. Oh, I could have doubled my money. So you put $20,000, invest $20,000 in Zoom stock, and you come out and you can put a sell order when it doubles to sell, and you come out making 20 grand by doing like nothing, just crazy stuff. I'm like, that would have come in handy right now for me since I'm not doing my CRNA work. So side note. Anyway, yeah, I do notice that he says that he does say a lot to go up in weight, but he also does talk about time under tension too. And he always says, while you're down there, whenever you go on the floor, did you notice that? No? Oh my God.
No, I haven't started that program yet.
He did it in, what was the program? Did him and Jericho do, Core de Force?
Core de Force.
Yeah, whenever he would go like we do like a move on the floor and he's like, while you're down there, like every fucking time. And I was like, I messaged him, because I know him, like he knows who I am. And I personally messaged him and I'm like, did you mean to do that? Like every time was it like a joke? Was it funny that you were saying every time you're on the floor while you're down there? Because he said it literally like every time. And he's like, no, I didn't even notice. And I'm like, bullshit. He totally did it on purpose. I believe.
I will say his abs in 10 rounds is awesome. I loved his abs in lift 4. They're so short, so effective.
Yeah.
I love them in 10 rounds.
I've already noticed my abs have gotten a little more tight. And I what I did notice too is maybe because I'm getting like more muscular in here, maybe because like the punching, and I'm using those like 1 pound that Jana inspired me to use them because I see you using them on your work.
Those weighted gloves. Yeah, they're good.
The weighted gloves. And so I was noticing that like right in my chest, I was getting a little tighter. Like the other day when I was looking at my body, I was like, wow, it looks good. So anyway, I agree. Like, you know, not to focus on the footwork so much and just make sure you get a good workout. But I do like the program. You know, I mean, I like it. I'm not like, oh my God, this is my favorite program ever, but I like it. It's good. I mean, I think all the programs are good. So I like the lifting days more than the punching, the like kickboxing days. I don't know. I sweat my ass off on leg day this week. Like I was sweating. The most I sweat all week was on leg day. And it's because I was doing the good proper form of like squeezing really hard.
His legs are insane. I do wish he would have done different stuff. It's the same 6 moves like every day. Week? Every week. So far, it's the same 6 moves. Now, in week 4, I'm going to do it today because it's like an off day. So I'm going to try out week 4 legs. He does add a loop for like a burnout, but it's the same 6 basic moves. And it would have been nice to like just have something a little different, but they are effective workouts. Like I was like, it's the same moves, but like you're sore from them. Like it's a good workout. I will say that.
It is. I was like I said, I was dripping in sweat from leg day this week. Okay, so anyway, what else do we want to talk about? Is there any questions or any shares?
Well, I mean, just about my best friend. So she was the one that she's been using Shakeology and the lines for a really long time. She got me to even start doing the workouts in the first place. She has been like really about the products and stuff. But then she, would go to the gym and come back or whatever. But I don't know, something happened in her life. She decided she didn't want to spend the money on it. And she just canceled and didn't tell me or anything until Marissa's like, Jenny canceled. I'm like, no, I didn't know that. So I messaged her. I'm like, it's fine. You canceled, like could have told me or whatever. And so then we moved on from that. And she's now like, she's been gone for like 2 or 3 months. And that's about the time frame when you're like, oh my God, I need Shakeology back in my life, because you know that your lifestyle and eating habits and things that you've gone through have changed by not having it in your, daily routine. Cause I know I've experienced that too. So she's back for it again, which I knew she would be coming back, because that is again, like how good the stuff is. And you're missing it when you go through a time period without it. So anyway, she's back and signed up again and is getting all that stuff again. So I'm really happy about that. And it's just a testament still to like when you are used to it, and then you start getting in your head and thinking, oh, I don't need it. And it's true. You probably you can go on without it, but just that she recognized things were missing she needed them with, and she was not getting them. So I'm happy to report that she came back, which is good. And I'm just patiently waiting for her.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I'm finding that like I actually just enrolled like 4 new people this week, 2 through Beachbody and 2 through my app, but I'm not pushing hard. Like Jonna, you were kind of saying like, you're not pushing real hard. I don't feel like this is the time to push real hard. I don't know what the hell Carl's talking about, but I'm not going to be doing that. Like I'm finding people just want positivity and, and just keep sharing things that are going on. Like right now, my kids, like for those that are running free groups, my daughter's team actually put together a Facebook group, and they're just doing cute little challenges each day. And like something as simple as that, could be a way to add value to people. And it could be like simple little challenges of like some workouts, pieces of Beachbody. And if they're really enjoying it, be like, hey, what you've actually been doing is Beachbody, maybe you'd like to do a 2-week trial, like whatever. And I've just been sharing like positivity stuff, just, I don't know. I'm seeing the silver lining in a lot of this. Like I know everybody's in a different place, but for us, it's been freaking awesome. And people are gravitating towards that. And it's just kind of happening naturally. I think, as people get bored at home, and they're eventually going to be like, this is important to me. I am willing to invest.
That, and I think showing them what value you have to offer, not just like being positive, but like, getting them into a free group and showing them what's really had me in more conversations with people and have them curious about what we're doing is offering those live Zoom workouts, like having an opportunity for them to be able to get on live and work out and meditate and connect. That's what's made people that's what made this last person curious about enrollment, was that. So it's not just like what you post on your page, but like what value you offer them in a group, in a community, and in that type of setting. So we have that virtual accountability tribe free group going. It's not super interactive, but I feel like it can get better. So we just have to keep like adding value to it.
And it's totally not, I'm going to come to y'all from my perspective, from what I'm dealing with day in and day out. I've been struggling, and I get I'm not active on our page because I just don't really have the time to be right now. But I'm struggling with my positivity because I'm not struggling it with me. I'm going to work and we're tired. Right now, I'm at a per diem job right now, so it's totally different than my full-time job. But my full-time job, we're all tired. They've cut staff because our census is down, so we're all running around doing everything to make it work. And I get it. We're running a business, but we're also required to do more. And I'm radiology. I'm up there in the front lines now. And we're tired. That's all I know is we're tired. But other people's negative attitude, it's so hard not to get sucked in there. It drain. You know, I'm more mentally tired than I am physically tired. And y'all know I'm a Christian and I believe in God. And our pastor is always telling us, you're the only Bible these people might see. But trying to be positive and uplifting and not get sucked into their negativity is so draining. So draining. That is negative, and I just don't want to get sucked into it. And it is so hard to come across when I'm doing, oops, it's telling me my internet is getting connected. Anyways, it's just hard right now coming on live, and because there are mornings that I'm praying the entire drive to work and listening to something uplifting because I know what I'm fixing to walk into. So it's been really hard for me to even carry a conversation with. I feel so lonely and disconnected, but it's just like nobody really understands. I try to talk to Mike, but it's just like he really doesn't understand because you're not there. It's so hard to explain to somebody what we're dealing with.
Well, Ange is working, so I'm sure she can relate.
I keep seeing her shaking her head. So
she's a doctor, and she's working, and she's going in every day. Hold on, let me end it.
We have not gotten even though my hospital, we haven't completely gotten like hit by this yet. We've been very, very lucky. As you said, our census is down over 50% from where we normally are. We've got cut staff. Everyone is working harder than they normally do. And attention is an all-time high because everyone is like, we're just waiting. We know it's coming. We're just waiting for the shoe to drop. And like all the Facebook groups from a physician standpoint, holy crap, I've got to stay out of them because everyone is just like super, I mean, you hear all these bad stories. You're just like, oh my God, you're hearing all the stuff coming out of New York City and Seattle and Michigan now, which, I mean, my mom works at the hospital in Michigan, so I'm hearing that just on numerous levels. And it's like, you're just always tense. So no, but that's why I'm like, actually, I'm really happy about the meditation group because honestly, this week, that has helped me so much and just like settling my mind down because I'm not sleeping at night. I wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning almost every night now and not being able to get back to sleep. It has been, the mental part of this has been extremely draining. I agree, more than the physical part. Mentally, it's just been really draining. I'm the only doc for my practice that's on site right now. And, you know, the only one who's truly being exposed, if we do get an exposed, you know, right now, because we actually put everyone else at home or like our one doc is at a unit, but our unit is off site. So they're kind of protected. So it's been a mental struggle.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not in my job got cut. So like, I'm not working. So to me, you know, I have actually more time. I mean, I'm not making any money from that job now. So like financially it's going to be hitting me, but thankfully I do have my Beachbody income and I do have a lot of savings because I've always been really like a big saver. So like, I'm going to be fine. And I actually am eligible to apply for unemployment, which is cool. So like for me, I'm not in the hospital. I'm not seeing all that and I'm not being around all of that. So I don't know. This has deepened my faith and it's made me believe in God even more. Like it's brought me to a place, but I'm not working, you know, I'm not going in. So I guess it's just brought me to this place where I've been able to be more quiet, like not be on social media, not be talking to people, not be like, you know, hooking into whatever is like out there. And so it's given me an opportunity to just really figure out what feels like it's in alignment with me and what's not. And just kind of go within and be more like centered within myself with the meditation and with just like taking time and being quiet. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd be where I would be if I was working. Like, I don't know what I would be mentally or physically or whatever, but I know for me, you know, it's actually been a positive thing for my life, being home and having time to really connect with myself and, you know, and deepen my faith and surrender. Maybe, I mean, the only thing I can think of is when you were talking, I was thinking like, you don't have to be anything for them. Just release yourself from, if that were me and I was feeling like, oh my gosh, it's really hard because you're trying to show them the Bible and like Jesus and God and, you know, like your faith, right? You want them to see that there is, but maybe you don't need to be that for them. Maybe your energy needs to just be focused on you and your own faith and yourself, like going, like pouring that energy that you're trying to pour out onto them, like just pouring that onto yourself, because maybe that's the only way that you're going to be able to survive this. That's how I would approach it if it were me and I was in your shoes.
I'll have to give it a try.
Yeah, because like we can't pour from there's that saying, like you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you're already like drained and then you're like, oh, but I need to show them, you know, my faith in the Lord, then you're putting so much pressure on yourself to be that for them. Like that's just draining you even more. And maybe that you showing up needs to be just you showing up for yourself in that way with your faith and like deepening your own faith in the Lord and just like focusing on you, like bringing it back in. Because that's when I noticed like so even though I am home, the first week I was like super drained. Like I was sleeping like so much all the time, super tired. My energy was low just because it's a heavy, even though I'm not working and I'm not like on the front lines, like there's a heavy energy in the world right now. I mean, it's heavy, like what's going on. It doesn't matter. It's affecting all of us. Like whether I'm working or not, like it's heavy. It feels like I'm under this like thing that's like pushing me down, you know? So what I noticed is that I was trying to be there for like my mom, because my mom's like freaking out and having a lot of fear, and then be there for like Abe and be there like for my people and whatever. And what I did was I just reeled that back in, and I was like, I need to just check in with myself more. Because if I can just focus on me, like getting my energy, like take like all that energy that I'm trying to like put out, just instead pour it onto me. And I started doing that, and I just started checking in with myself. And I was just like, what do you need right now, Marissa? Like, what are you feeling and what do you need right now? Versus focusing on like, what are they feeling and what do they need? Like, what do I need? What am I feeling? All right, this is what I'm feeling and this is what I need. And it just takes like checking in with yourself and then giving yourself whatever that is, whether it's like, you just need 5 minutes to be in silence, you know, just do that. And then that's, you know, once you fill up your cup, then my energy's back again. And that's the biggest thing I did was that. I mean, I always have done personal development, and I started meditating consistently at the same time every day. So I don't know if that's helpful or not, but.
It is. Thank you.
Okay. All right, ladies. Well, is there anything else we need to address today? Hang in there.
Thank you.
This is gonna, I mean, just like anything else, it's gonna come to an end at some point. It's gonna pass. We just have to surrender that we have no control over anything that's going on right now, which we have no control over anything that's going on really ever. We just think we do. And right now we're really being shown we really don't. And that's like, can be so nerve-wracking for the people that we think we're in control and we want to control things. And right now we're being shown like, you're really not in control of anything. And we never really are, except for ourselves. The way we respond to people and the energy that we put into the world. Those are the only two things that are within our control. We can't control other people. We can't control how they feel, but we can control ourselves. And that's it. Our response and the energy that we put out. That's it. And that's my only focus right now. It's not, I mean, yes, of course I'm doing these Zooms. I'm putting more into like supporting my clients and more into like my business and stuff, but not before I put more into me. Only after am I doing that. So hang in there. And if there's anything like I can do to help or whatever, definitely let me know. And it's going to come to an end eventually. So we just have to keep surrendering and finding our peace in this time. All right, ladies, have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys next week.
Y'all too. Bye-bye.
See you next week.
Bye, ladies.